first time we've had the shoe scraper in actually 2 years. And when we had the shoe scraper and the mat together 2 years ago, it was a $35 cost. Today we're going to do the whole thing for, I think, what was it, 20 bucks. That's pretty incredible. All right, here we go. This is my top pick of the show. And I always say it's chick with a chainsaw time. And ladies, this is all about empowering you, but what you'll find is the men will steal it and want to use it from you. This is from EARTHWISE. And the reason I picked this is because all of us, everybody, we have those chores outside where we need to take care of. Whether it's trimming the trees, trimming the bushes, cutting down some logs, whatever it might be, you got to get rid of it. And typically, we usually have to do this. Now, I wouldn't touch this with a 12-foot pole. It's gas, it's heavy, it's bulky. You got to rip this cord to get it going. And quite frankly, it's hard to use. We just don't have the upper body strength. Well, that totally ends with EARTHWISE. Now, while I can hold this and I can use it, and I have this and I absolutely swear by it, guess what? It's still a powerhouse, and I want to prove that. You think, oh, it's kind of small, I don't know, is it going to really work? It'll cut something like this, even a little bit smaller, up to, look at this huge piece. That's 8 inches. So you're going to go from here to here at the exact same unit. That's how tough and that's how powerful this unit is. Now, what do we do for Host Pick? Because that's why you tuned in today, right? Well, we have by far the lowest price we've ever done, and for the first time ever, we have a special 4 flex only for my show today, so you don't want to wait on this one at all. But it's also got a little secret behind it, and of course, you rejoined me to talk about it, so we know we love this one, Martin.
Can I join your club, the Chicks with Chainsaw?
Yeah. And okay,
can I become an honorary member, please?
Yes, you can be an honorary member.
Awesome, thank you. Well, you mean, it is just such a powerful tool, Suzanne, because you would think that for the size, is it really that powerful? And I'm going to show you. It is super powerful. So for all those chores that you need to do around the house, trimming the branches, trimming the leaves, you can actually do it. You can become a do-it-yourself person and not hire basically a landscaper to come out or a tree trimmer and put money in someone else's pocket when you can save that money for yourself. Go on vacations, you know, buy yourself a beautiful dress, buy yourself anything that you want because you're doing the work yourself and you're saving so much money. But this is really one of my favorite tools, believe it or not, because, you know, what I love is that once you have the right tools, Suzanne, you can actually get the job done.
Right.
And you enjoy it, you know? It's like you're not procrastinating. You're like, oh, I got to do this, or I got to call the person to come on and do it. No, you just go to your garage, you get your tool, and you do it yourself. And the fact that we're actually giving you 2 tools in one, I love that because you're really getting more bang for your buck. It's almost like a sale, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I love it because here we have it, obviously, in the chainsaw configuration. Super lightweight, super powerful. But really, when I think it becomes even more practical and more useful is when you need to use it as a pole saw, because that's typically when you have to hire a tree person to come out and reach those tall areas.
Yeah, and if you're
right.
waiting and you're like, okay, whoa, what does it do? Look at this, you guys. Look at this. This is how it, he'll show you in a minute how it converts to the pole saw, but this is amazing what it can do. So now, you know, Martin, we've talked about this many times because we've done this product a bunch together. How many of you think about calling in a tree service? Just one visit from a tree service is going to potentially cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Right.
Just by getting this and being able to reach. Look, hello, I'm a girl, and I can reach up high.
You are?
Yeah, surprise. But I mean, you know, girls, we don't have all that upper body strength. We really don't. But I can reach up high, and if you could avoid calling that tree service one time, this is already paid for itself.
Absolutely.
One single use, let alone everything that you
not only do they charge you per tree, Suzanne, but they also charge you per height as well.
Oh, do they really?
I mean, sometimes, you know, if it's within a reach that's not, you know, possible, it's actually more work for them, they're going to charge you a lot more money. In my case, I had 3 palm trees. They're all basically down now because of the hurricane seasons. But before, we had 3 beautiful palm trees, and every time they would cut the prongs, it was like almost $100 each.
Jeez.
So here we have it in the chainsaw configuration. And why is it called convertible? First of all, it's electric. We're not using a gas-powered one. We're not basically having to go to the gas station, fill it with gas, put oil, all that stuff. It's just way too hassle. This point, we basically detach the handle. The handle actually is your power source. It almost becomes your battery, if you will, but of course it's connected to an electrical outlet. Here you take your pole saw, and then at the very bottom, it attaches in this manner. So again, all the connections, if you will, the bone and the femur are all integrated into the handle itself. And then the chainsaw, the head, also attaches in this manner right here. So what I love about this is that we don't have an electrical cord hanging from here that can be basically very dangerous. So from here, you were talking about, you know, basically doing all those cuts. So here we have it in the average height. We're not even talking about the extension.
Completely.
So it's about 7 feet, but again, with your hands, you can go even higher. I would say, what, up to 11 feet. But the beauty of this is, because it is an expandable pole, and remember, it's made out of fiberglass, so even though it has a tall height, it's not going to weigh a lot more. You can go ahead and just lock it in this manner. Now look, from a safety point, I can reach 13 feet, all the way up to 14 feet if necessary. But again, the power source is down here. So can your chainsaw do that?
Wait, and can you guys go really wide again, Rob, if you don't mind? Go to the widest shot you got. Because I want you to see how high it is above Martin. Thank you. Look at that. How crazy is that? Remember I said you don't need a tree service necessarily. You just need this. That in and of itself should be the aha moment. And what I love, too, is, girls, this is very funny, because I bought mine from HSN. I bought it about 2 years ago. I paid more than today's price, okay? And I got an older model, right? Bought it 2 years ago. I brought it home, and I was like psyched, because I usually have to do the honey-do list. It's true. So I was like, I really want a chainsaw I can deal with, because we got all these trees and all these bushes, and, you know, you got to get that stuff trimmed up, right? Well, the funniest thing was it arrived in my door. The first person to open up and use it was my husband. And he got done, and he said, I love that thing. And here's what happens. Most guys won't admit that they don't like to use those big chainsaws, because it's like manly. Once they get this, your husband will grab it, and you'll be... My husband went out, and he was trimming everything in sight because he finally had a chainsaw that was even comfortable for him. And he's a big former Green Beret kind of guy, tons of muscles.
Yeah.
He could handle that other thing, but he hated it too because it was too bulky, too messy. The motor's running, it's gasoline powered. Yuck. This is the way to go. But why today? Now, this is really crucial. We've got 8 minutes to go because I got a lot to show you in the 2 hours that I'm on, right? 8 minutes to go. 4 flex, free shipping, lowest price, guys. Lowest price we've ever done on this. 4 flex. That's only for this show. That's not for the rest of the day. Even the price isn't good for the rest of the day. I mean, you get to the end of the day, or if this sells out first, then it's done. We'll never repeat this configuration again. It's like a whole bunch of little mini today's specials all packed in a row. But if you've wanted one of these and you've seen the presentation with Martin and I before, this is the time to do it. Oh, Martin, honey, you know I got to do it. Come on.
I know you're dying to do this because you absolutely love this, and it's so easy to do. So there you go. It has a beautiful safety switch on the side, so unless you actually, you know, press it at the same time, it's not going to trigger it off. So there you go.
It's right here.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna press. Wait. Oh, here. Sorry.
It's
right there. Let me show you. It's right there. Right there's the safety. And then you go.
But it cuts through branches like butter. So you know what? We're literally melting out here because it is so hot. So who wants to be in their backyard longer than they have to, really? With a powerful, you know, chainsaw like this one from EARTHWISE, it's super eco-friendly. We're using electricity. We're not using any gas. We're not smelling any fumes. And look at this. You're like literally, you're like a champ. That is amazing.
I mean, I cut probably 6 pieces. In fact, we've run out of this. We got to put more wood.
Wow. Do you want more wood?
And by the way, I did it in my fabulous Vince Camuto and Diane Gilman accessories, which, by the way, all the accessories to chainsaw with are available. But, I mean, did you guys see that? It went through it like butter.
Absolutely.
It was easy. Look, I mean, I'll admit it, women, we just don't have that upper body strength to wrestle those big old things. And I would never, even a guy would never get up on a ladder and hold that big, hardy red one with the pull cord and all the gas. Never would you get up that high and wrestle one of those in the air. But with this one, with that changeable pole, you can. That's why I picked this as my host pick.
Well, it becomes...
Just because, well, you know what? It's brilliant. It saves you money. It improves the look of your house. You should never have, as you recommend, never have those trees touching your roof because the critters and the ants and all that stuff comes by. Now you're empowered to do it yourself. And with our FlexPay, hey, Stephen, what's the FlexPay price? I know it's 4 flex. Oh, that's nuts. I mean, for listen to this, stop one second. For $27, get this at home, and you prove me wrong. And if you think you don't like it, you send it back for your refund. You just saw me rip through that log. You can put another one up?
Yeah.
And this is the time for $27 if you don't have a chainsaw, if you've wanted one. This is ergonomic, it's easy to use, and yet you saw it eat through that wood like nothing. I'm doing it in platform shoes and dressed up. Yeah, and a girl can even do it, which honestly, I love the empowerment, ladies. That's what I always say. It's a chick with a chainsaw. But guys, you will totally love this chainsaw. You'll love it much more. And Martin, you know, these things are awful. I can't even hardly pick it up.
Well, you know what? They're also dangerous, Suzanne, because most of the times, you know, if we have to go up on a ladder, you know, we can't reach an actual limb or a tree to cut down. You know, it just becomes a safety hazard. So, you know, having something like that is really, you know, it's good for certain things. I mean, if you're a professional landscaper, by all means, more power to you. It's great to have gas-powered tools.
Yeah, if you're not going up on a ladder with
if you're an average homeowner or do-it-yourself that just wants to have a beautiful landscape and you want to save money in the process, really, this is the type of tool that you need to have in your garage because it just makes your life so much easier. So again, we're not getting up on a ladder. Here's just, I haven't even extended the pole yet. I can reach up to 10 feet if necessary, up to 11 feet. But then the beauty is that if I do have a taller tree, all I have to do is basically pull up on the pole itself. Remember, it's made out of fiberglass, so it doesn't even weigh that much money. And you have the padded here handle as well to provide a better grip. But look at that.
That's a great shot,
and again,
Rob,
everything is triggered from the bottom because the handle is your safety source.
The only thing I do want to remind you of, House Pick is a really fun day for all of us, but we truly pull out all the stops. Now, right now, let me do a little math for you. I have 300 people ordering, which means I've got about 700 of these left, okay? If you are thinking, oh, you know what, that looks really awesome, best price we've ever done. For FlexPay is only for today. Yeah, and we've got reduced shipping, or we got free shipping and handling. And Martin, remember last time you and I were on, we did not have 4Flex, we did not have free SNH, and we did not have this price. And him and I sold it out at a higher price. So, you know, today's the day to go, oh my gosh, I really do want a chainsaw. I really need a chainsaw. Best time to do it, and for what, 27 bucks?
Every time my friends and family watch this, they're like, I want one, I want one. And if you still haven't bought a gift for Father's Day, even though it's tomorrow, Suzanne, what I would do is I would order it now. I would just do a printout and put it inside a greeting card and say, hey, Dad, or hey, Uncle, or hey, brother, you know, this is coming in the mail in about, 7 to 10 days. Yeah. So, I mean, you're still in time. You know, it's the thought that counts, as they always say. But they're absolutely going to love this tool. I love it. You know, it's,
let me get back on it, too.
Yeah, you want to
because I love it.
Notice that it also has, like, these little sort of grips right here, teeth, because it helps you grab onto the pole, Suzanne. You cut, but I mean, what's the alternative? You know, having a handheld,
rusty
little
old saw.
I've used those in the past, and by the way, if you want to get some blisters in your hands, but go ahead and do that. But here it's the power of electricity. We haven't even spoken about the company. EARTHWISE is a family-owned business that has been around for over 100 years, very eco-friendly. We're just using electricity. You know, you can buy an extension cord at your leisure at any garden center at any length that you need, whether it's a 50 or 100-foot length or even more. You just basically connect more than one. Right. So if you have really like a large backyard and maybe you don't have an electrical outlet close to the house, super easy just with an extension cord. You can go ahead and connect it up. But the fact that you can do all this work yourself, you can maybe shape the trees, create beautiful canopies. I think a lot of people think that they want shade and they want overgrown trees, but that's actually not a good thing from a professional landscape designer perspective, only because the plants really need a little bit of sun as well.
That's true.
So they need some sun. You sort of have to, prune the trees, let some light shine down, and you can do that yourself and create beautiful canopies by having this chainsaw pole saw configuration. Remember, it's 2 for 1. If you literally go out now and price for maybe just one chainsaw, it might be more than $100.
How many of you tried those pole saws that literally are little saws? Yeah. And you got to literally go back and forth trying to saw really up high. Yeah. You know, we just don't have the upper body strength nor the patience for that. This is it. This is your chance to finally get an awesome chainsaw. And again, I want to show you this if you missed out, because I think sometimes when you see the size, you're like, oh, come on, please. It's going to do like teeny little branches, right? No, I want you to see this. With this chainsaw, we've cut this, which you're like, okay, sure, yeah, everybody can do that. But look at this. It will cut up to an 8-inch log. Gang, look at that. That's a huge log. So from here, even smaller, clear up to here. That is a massive difference, and that just shows you the real power of this system. It really is shocking what it can do. And if you either have a bulky one that no one gets out because it's a pain in the you-know-what, or you don't have a chainsaw. We didn't have one, and I was like, we have so many projects around the house. Just think about your backyard right now. How's it look? Do you have trees and branches touching your roof? You got to get rid of those. Do you have bushes that are out of control? Do you have projects around your house you've been avoiding simply because who wants to use a rusty old saw? Forget about it. With this FlexPay, this is what's the best part. 4 FlexPays for right now. You've got to understand that FlexPay is only while they last, and today it looks like this is now on its way to selling out and will not be available again today. This was brought in just for this 2 hours right now. Yeah, hang on, guys, because you can get yours free shipping and handling, lowest price we've ever done, 4 FlexPays. That's all for about the last 500 I have left. And then we've never done this deal, and we won't do it again this year. So it basically was done just for a host pick. Look at that. We could build a house at this point.
If you truly want to become a do-it-yourselfer, this is the type of product that I love, Suzanne, because there's nothing that I hate more than really buying a product and then I have to read all these instructions and all these manuals, whether it's an assembly or whether it's how to figure this out. I mean, literally, as soon as you get it out of the box, you just basically click and attach,
Yeah.
So if you want to use it in a chainsaw, all you got to do is basically click it down like this. You put a little bit of oil inside the reservoir here just to kind of, sort of oil the chainsaw and the bar as well. And then you just find an electrical cord or an extension cord. You plug it in and you can start.
Explain the self-oiling.
The self-oiling, exactly, because once you put a little bit of oil right here, basically it's going to not only oil the bar, but also the chain at the same time. So you don't need to put too much, and it actually has a little container here, so you can see the level completely at a glance. So I love that as well.
Yeah.
But, with other bigger machines, you have to prime it, you have to put the oil, you have to put so many things.
Yeah.
The power of electricity, folks, is all you need.
Yeah, isn't that brilliant? I'm telling you, it's why I picked it as my host pick. It's one of my personal favorite tools, and I promise it's going to be one of your personal favorite tools as well. Just use our FlexPay. My gosh, we've never done that before. We know you're on the line for it. You stay right there. Do not hang up. We can still get yours. But oh, by the way, it comes with a great little cover, too. And it doesn't take up much space to store. How nice is that?